The nuclear reactor, it's a ticking time bomb set to burn us alive. For 2 years, we fought against the nuclear reactor. You all saw it. In Tamil Nadu, these nuclear reactors are located in Idinthakurai and Kalpakkam. And in Idinthakurai, a massive nuclear plant has been established. When we say we don't want this nuclear reactor, they ask, atomic power. Without a nuclear reactor, how will we get electricity? How can we possibly meet our power demands? This is the question they raise. And that's when a question arises for us. Was electricity discovered by a nuclear reactor? Was the nuclear reactor invented for the purpose of generating electricity? This is the question we must ask. My intelligent brothers and sisters, you must ask this question. The nuclear reactor was not invented for power generation. And electricity was not discovered by a nuclear reactor either. Now that nuclear reactor, it explodes in Chernobyl in 1986. It was the world's greatest disaster. The president at the time, Russian President Gorbachev, said, this is not a disaster for the Russian nation alone. It is a catastrophe that has befallen the entire world. We believed that these scientists would save us, that they were our saviors. We were deceived, he said. And so they put up a massive iron fence and told the world, do not come near this place for 100,000 years. And then they sealed it and left. It explodes in 86. After witnessing such a great disaster, such a catastrophe, the great man who signed the agreement to bring that nuclear reactor to India was our very own Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. This nuclear reactor was first supposed to go to Kerala. So how did the reactor meant for Kerala end up in Tamil Nadu? The Congress and the communists who fought to have the nuclear reactor placed here, in that land, the ruling party and the opposition party, both parties fought together, declaring, we will not have a nuclear reactor in our land. The Malayalas of Kerala were very clear. They said, more important than living with electricity is living with our lives. We don't want it, and they drove it away. Why? Because as I said in the beginning, their leader was a man born of a good mother and father, a true son of that soil, a man who loved his land and his people as his own life. But here, because brokers and agents with no connection to this land or this race were our leaders, our officials, and our rulers, they didn't care if my land was destroyed, if my mother and father died, or if my entire race was massacred and annihilated. They didn't care. They allowed it. So what happened next? Their goal wasn't just to build one nuclear reactor. Their goal was to build an entire nuclear park. Sitting on top of an atomic bomb and living next to a nuclear reactor are one and the same. In this world, there is no such thing as a safe nuclear reactor. And I'm not the one saying this. The nuclear scientists themselves are saying it. No, this nuclear reactor doesn't even have to explode. It doesn't need to explode at all. The nuclear reactor has to be cooled. It has to be cooled constantly. You see the water they spray to cool that reactor? That water goes and mixes into the sea. It has to be released into a river. The very reason they build them on the coast is to release that water into the sea. And what happens when they do? Look, just look at what happens.